Do you like basketball? Basketball, no. I like, but I'm not good at. Yes, I'm not.
Me too.
Coming to you live from Cool Guy News Network. Pablo Escobar. He's drinking. Pablo, you're live. What's going on?
Nothing can ever be simple. Sometimes you spend over $100 on technology and it decides to stop working one day, and now I'm gonna have to spend more on something that I don't even.
We definitely should have gotten nice. We should have gotten nicer stuff. I'll say that much when we got our stuff.
I don't even think mine is bad. If I spend $100 on something, that's nice.
Not as far as audio shit goes.
They told me this. J. Kyle Mann said this is the minimum.
Oh, okay.
Minimum you can spend.
Hey, if J. Kyle Mann does it, then yeah, that's not on us. That's on whoever sold you the thing. It's funny, you taking a drink. You know when people record videos on like their Android phones, and they'll get like a text in the middle of it. It'll be like a TikTok with like 8 pixels, and it'll be like, do 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 or something in the middle of their recording. Yeah. That's what your water bottle sounded like, kind of. Like it was right in the microphone. It was just like, jingle, 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 jingle. Yeah, okay,
but it was relatable. Everyone in the audience drinks water as well.
Hey, bitches be drinking, you know? Like I always see like a guy outside, like a dumb musclehead, always drinking water, and then other side of the spectrum, like skinny nerd, thirsty, probably drinking water at some point. Although I did just get a guy on my Twitter who was like openly anti-water. He was like, it's not bad for you if you don't drink that much water. Water's a terrible drink. It doesn't go good with food. I'd avoid it as much as possible. I'd much rather have Gatorade or soda or something. And I'm just like, what a way to live. That would be.
Well, with food, that's a fine take, but
I don't even think so. I think for me, I would much rather, like, it's fine. I'll have like a soda or something with a meal, especially if I hit like a drive-thru or some shit and you're getting a combo meal. But I'm fine with water washing down a meal. And especially like, I don't know, like just for a drink throughout the day. There's no way that guy feels good drinking that much shit.
That I feel like the people who say that, I've said this before. Number one, they probably never like sweat. They're never in a situation where they have to sweat. So they're never playing basketball or anything, and they're never walking outside in the heat. Because I can't imagine like even a cold Gatorade, like it doesn't hit the same as water.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that guy's insane. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the State of the League podcast Patreon edition. I'm your host, Jack, a.k.a. Jokic Joestar. With me, as always, the world-famous Pablo Escofone. Pablo, sorry about your technology, dude. We made a pact a while back. We made a deal with, like, an ancient elder god that we would be very funny and handsome and cool, and in exchange, technology just would not agree with us sometimes. And so to make that deal, I would do it 10 times out of 10, but to make it in a modern world, it has its drawbacks for sure.
I've received none of these gifts. Can I?
You're a handsome guy. You're pretty funny.
It's all relative. I wish I could. If my audio was gonna break, I wish I could take a life in exchange. One life.
You could take a life for fun. I mean, I don't really think those are equivalent. You being mildly inconvenienced.
In
exchange, you get to kill someone.
Die, a person should have to die, and I should get to pick.
Hypothetically, in Minecraft, who would you pick?
No comment. I don't want to.
No comment. Hey, okay, so let's narrow this down. Sports executives in the state of Illinois.
No comment. It's trying times out there.
Hey!
I don't want
United Center employees. Anybody jump out to you?
Definitely not any ushers or popcorn salesmen.
Hey, yeah, no.
I don't want to. I can't read because they're trying to throw everyone in the El Salvadorian prisons now. You know about El
I know.
Salvador?
I mean, I know about pupusas and things, but
So
uh,
El Salvador used to be one of the most violent countries in the world, and
mm-hmm.
then I think we got a guy installed there, and then crime went down. Woo! And
How'd that work?
because they're really tough on crime. They have like hardcore police, hardcore prisons, and they're getting all the bad guys. They're throwing all the bad guys in jail.
Mm.
So then journalists went down, but let's check this out. Let's see what happened. Turns out they're kind of throwing everyone in jail. They're
Yeah.
kind of a lot of women and children in jail, and
Hmm.
not a lot of trials happening as well.
Yeah.
And so sometimes they
Hey.
just come and get you in the middle of the night. And now we're sending people to El
Oh,
Salvador.
like troops?
No, just
Oh,
prisoners.
prisoners. Well, I mean, this is all in the pursuit of freedom. You know, this is in the pursuit of a safer, freer world.
I'll tell you what. There's some people who will be freer if I'm in an El Salvadorian prison.
Hey. Well, it's good because, like, if you think about the balance of everything, uh, everyone in the suburbs is really in danger if those prisons aren't, you know, at maximum capacity.
I think if we think about the balance of everything, like Earth
If
at the
you're so like
bottom of the
if
solar
you're in like
system,
if you're in like suburban like Oklahoma or something, how could you sleep at night if there's like an empty bed in an El Salvadorian prison?
and move to Oklahoma and just live at my aunt's house, Kanye
What's that
West,
from?
before pre-Nazi.
Ah, damn. What a time. What a guy. He made whatever that shit is they say he made graduation. He made graduation.
I'm
Imagine
I'm quoting late registration.
imagine doing that for like worse artists being like Kid Cudi, he made Man on the Moon, and everyone's like, you can't you can't be saying that shit if all you did was make Man on the Moon. I'm sorry.
Well, some people sometimes it's true, but people don't know. So, like for example, if Miranda Cosgrove became a Nazi, I'd be like, well, she made Shakespeare. So
What? No, who? What?
she has a
Shakespeare?
she has a song called Shakespeare. Everyone stream
Oh.
Shakespeare by Miranda Cosgrove. Do you like Jeff Buckley?
Uh, I've heard the name before, but I don't really know who that like.
You seem like you'd be a Jeff Buckley guy. I didn't know
Well,
until the song
do we know any
Shakespeare.
of his songs? What are his
No,
songs?
no, he's like '90s kind of
It
sad guy
sounds it
songs.
sounds it sounds familiar. That sounds right up my alley. I love '90s sad guy songs because it
But
used
yeah,
to be so hard to be a guy in the '90s. Like it's just I don't know, just such a trying time where like everyone around you is realizing, hey, maybe I should get paid the same amount of money as you or whatever. Just like, oh, and you're like, oh man, everyone's being mean to me right now. I'm a guy. Jeff Buckley. Do I have any of his songs liked? No, I don't know any about this. Oh, I think I've seen the cover of one of his songs before. But what about him?
well, she says in Shakespeare, "Do you like Shakespeare, Jeff Buckley, and Kissing in the Rain?" It's all about Miranda
Hmm.
Cosgrove's ideal person. You know,
Oh, damn. She could have been Olivia Rodrigo. It was
she
just.
could have, but there was a bus accident.
Did she get hit?
The bus got hit.
By
she
who?
as by another. I think it was a whole thing. Like this is a real thing. She was on
Okay.
tour for her music. There was a bus accident. I think she
Mm-hmm.
alleged that the bus driver was being negligent or something. But there was some kind of bus accident. She said it ruined her music career. But I don't.
Damn.
And it was a thing like people made fun of her for, and then I think it ended up being valid or something. But she's got
Yeah.
kind of a crazy life. Like remember
Sh-
when she went on that podcast? She's like, yeah, some guy set himself on fire in my lawn. He was my stalker.
No, I don't remember that at all. I was gonna say, her. What is that noise?
There's a motorcycle outside my place.
Okay, cool.
I,
Well,
I live
uh,
I live by the Hells Angels. No one mess with me, okay?
no, they're messing with you. You pay tithes to them. Fuck.
Hey,
I was
these
gonna.
days the Hells Angels are probably the ones throwing me in El Salvadorian prison.
I mean, yeah. I was gonna say, Fuck, it was something about Miranda Cosgrove. Oh, she had the reverse problem that NBA player had, where her bus got hit, and she was scared to tour in a bus anymore. She would only fly places, and it was
Oh,
it was
Royce White.
unsustainable. Yeah, whereas Royce White, he couldn't fly, so he just had to. He could only. They had to schedule all of the Houston Rockets games in a road trip formation.
You know, he's a politician now.
Oh, is he like liberal?
No, he's MAGA.
Oh,
He
that's
has
really
some.
surprising.
He,
It's surprising that someone with like a fucked up, weird, paranoid brain would kind of end up rooting for that side of the spectrum.
and he was a big time BLM advocate in the 2020 protests, and then he flipped. And I think he has something crazy tattooed on his forehead or something. But yeah, he was
Alright.
running for mayor in Minnesota or something like that.
Okay. Well, I hope they don't elect him.
Oh, have you seen the drama happening with the political kid on TikTok, Harry Sisson?
Harry Sisson. He's got a roster. That's what they're saying.
He's a whore. He's a slut. And did you see the other one, Dean and Parker? They cut him off. They're like, I'm not friends with him anymore. I can't stand for this. Yeah, he did it. That kid has videos of him saying the N-word and stuff.
We gotta get Harry on the pod, dude. Harry Sisson.
We cannot afford that.
Why not?
He is an op. He is bought and paid for.
No, we'll buy him by accepting the fact that he's a slut, and he'll find a newfound community, and he'll realize that all the money he was being paid by the Democratic Party was not worth the camaraderie of a true working class, consumerist base audience type shit. But it might be. It might be. $80,000 a year to be like, hey, come on, not too bad. It might be better than what we got going on.
What would you $80,000 a year? Would you log on TikTok every day and say, Joe Biden is not old? Stop saying that. He's fine. He's A-okay. He's better than ever. He's sharp.
No, probably not. It would need to be more money, but I would do it for $80,000 a year if the future of the party was brighter. So it seemed like I was like, if I'm doing it for like Joe Biden or whoever, then it seems like I'm getting in right at the end. Like this is not a gig that's gonna last 15 years or anything. And so I would need a little bit more than 80 grand a year. But for someone that I like, I would just tie my wagon to them the whole time. Then yeah, I could see my 80K might do it.
Well, you gotta remember, like, profit wise, the Democratic Party's still in a great spot because this is where they want to be. They get to fundraise and be like, oh my God, they're doing bad stuff. Give us money and we'll stop it. Shoot, I'm not allowed to stop it right now.
Yeah, I can't stop it right now. But
we're gonna get them one day. Just sit back and wait.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool.
Have you seen the lawyer guy on TikTok?
LOL overruled.
Yeah, he did
yeah.
He did a great Chuck Schumer video. He's like, "You better not, Mr. President. Stop. Don't do it, Mr. President." It's really good.
I saw a funny tweet. It was like, American fascist, you're all going to camps. And then it was American liberal chuckling. You used the wrong "you're."
Nice.
So, yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. Okay, this can't be a 3-hour episode. It just can't be. I got shit going on later.
It's okay.
So.
We were short yesterday too. We were 2:17.
Okay, well, next week it'll be the longest fucking episode. First of all, the idea, like, looking around the rest of the industry, 2 hours and 17 minutes, that is a lifetime compared to like the average Turd Sesh episode or whatever.
Oh, a turd sesh, yeah. Because I mean, how many things does Carson have stored in there or whatever? But Pardon My Take is 2 hours, and that's number one. Yeah.
What are they? Who's on that? Who's on Pardon My Take?
That's Big Cat and PFT.
Oh. Would you rather have a conversation with Big Cat or with Harry Sisson?
No, I like Big Cat and PFT, and PFT's a leftist, and
Oh, okay. I don't know anything. I only know they're tangentially related to Barstool.
yeah, they're like oh Barstool OGs, but they're the part like if they didn't exist, I don't know if Barstool would still exist. They're like the closest you get to normal people.
Yeah. And I have seen some of them. They they're the only people I've ever seen publicly roast Bill Simmons for being like a sweatshop manager of a podcast host. Bill Simmons has 40 people working under him, and the wages of all of them, like two people at Barstool, make the same amount of money. And yeah, so I don't know, but like
It's
obviously,
crazy how much they make at Barstool. The like entry
well, because
level's like 100K.
they also get damn okay. Well, I need more from the Democrats. Got to kick it up a little bit. If I could just go to Barstool and get 100K, but
How much is the Jack Mac making? You know Jack Mac?
yeah, I think so. He's the
He's
guy with
the
like
TikTok
longer
guy.
hair.
Yeah, and he does like drama news, and he's like, and
Yeah,
every once in a
he got
while
in
he'll,
trouble because he called Caleb Williams a little.
yeah,
He said, "Ugh."
every once in a while he pops out with like a little reminder, like all these blue haired trans people are ruining our lives.
See, the only time I've ever encountered him was the Caleb Williams take. So I was worried that I was reacting in earnestness to a post that was like a gimmick bit. Him like coming on and being like, "God damn it, he paints his nails and's got a pink phone case. I'm not taking this guy number one." But is that really how he feels about shit?
Oh, oh, it lagged for a second, but I don't know, because I think he didn't feel that strongly ultimately, because Caleb Williams responded and said like PFP or something, like just look at your profile picture and pwned him back.
Mm-hmm.
That's my goat QB.
Oh, we got something like that happening in the NBA this week as well.
But yeah, and then he's like, fair play, you got me, Caleb, and then he like painted his nails or something like that, and but also he one time he was like hanging out. He's hung out with I think Brett Cooper and Jonathan Isaac.
Okay. Well, Jonathan Isaac's just a good God fearing man. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, he's. Have you heard of Judah? It's one of the best brands out right now.
Hey, all right, let's get into the fucking Thunder. I'm sick of all this woke nonsense that we're talking. Timestamps. All right, what are we at? 17:28.
Okay.
Hey, let's get it. Thunder. All right, the Thunder 4-0 in their last four. Beat the Hornets, Sixers, Bucks, Pistons. They have clinched the 1 seed in the West with a Lakers loss to the Bucks earlier this week. They rested Shea, J-Dub, Hartenstein, Caruso, Dort, and Cason Wallace against the Philadelphia 76ers and still won by 33 points. Jalen Williams. I mean, talk about a guy who's fucking deflating the Jokic MVP case. Jalen Williams has had two like starts or two big games, and they've both been triple doubles. He recorded another triple double against the 76ers, 19 points, 17 rebounds, 11 assists on 80% true shooting. Literally anybody could do this Jokic shit.
Literally anybody. They have a and his name's Jalen Williams. They got another one, and he's also Jokic, best of both worlds.
Mm-hmm.
They clinched the number 1 seed in the West before anyone else clinched a playoff spot. And you know what's crazy? Russ and KD only ever got the 1 seed once when they were with the Thunder.
The West was I mean, this OKC team would have contended for the number 1 seed in any era. Like, I mean, obviously the 73 win Warriors. They probably don't get it that year. But they could be the 1 seed in a lot of different years. However, repeatedly snagging the 1 seed in the Western Conference that had the Warriors and the Rockets and even the Spurs in the early days of the KD Westbrook Thunder. It was a loaded fucking conference.
Yeah, and they had they missed some time between the two of them, Westbrook
Yeah.
and KD. And also like I think I saw something like they might have had the 1 seed the year Patrick Beverly killed Russell Westbrook's meniscus, but I don't know for
So
sure.
the year Patrick Beverly played hard.
Yeah,
Let's
the year
not
when
let's not rewrite the year Patrick Beverly hustled and went for a loose ball.
he wanted it more.
All right, and that was the trailer for this week's Patreon episode of the State of the League podcast. You can go to patreon.com/State of the League to find this episode, plus every other one we've ever put up on there. Join a Discord and get access to a bunch of different fun perks, as well as supporting me, Jack, Jokic Joestar, as well as Pablo Escobar financially. So thank you very much. Go check that out, please, and thank you.